isn't you.
Phyllis, there's a message for you.
No time for that now. Dan's waiting for his shirt. He's not there.
That was the message. Phyllis, did you go pick up his shirts at the cleaners for him?
Yes.
Why do you do that sort of thing?
What sort of thing?
You take his stuff to the cleaners. I've seen you fix him cereal in the morning. You sew buttons on his jacket. Phyllis, you treat him just like a husband.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Harriet. I never did those things for Lars.
Doing those things are not part of your job.
I know, but I like Dan, so I don't mind doing small favors for him. It's not that much trouble, and Dan is so very appreciative.
Morning.
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 Oh, you got the shirts. That's great. I had a meeting this morning. Haven't got a clean shirt left to wear. I'm so grateful, Lindstrom. For once, you didn't screw up. How much were they?
Oh, that's all right. It's my treat.
Don, I forgot to bring the tie.
I think this will go nicely. Or would you care to see something in a dictionary?
That's great. Thanks.
Thank you. Speech. Address of the synagogue at which you will be speaking. Oh, and you'll need a yarmulke.
Lindstrom, there's a hole in your yarmulke.
I know. It was the only way I could get the propeller off.
I'm sure they'll have one at the synagogue. My vest.
Oh, yes.
All right. Lindstrom, I don't know how to say this to you, but it's in about a couple of weeks is my birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, and every year I throw a big party for, some of my close friends.
Oh, aren't you nice?
Yeah, and
That's
well, I
sweet.
take a room at Antonio's.
Antonio's. Oh, I love Antonio's.
Yeah, it's good. And well, you see, when we were married, my wife handled all the arrangements, but now we're divorced. And what I was wondering was...
Say no more, Dan. I'd be glad to take over the duties of your ex-wife.
Terrific.
Well, some of them.
Terrific.
You see, Harriet, you asked why I go out of my way to be nice to Dan. It's because he goes out of his way to be nice to me. He just now asked me to his birthday party, a party which he is giving for those nearest and dearest to him.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Harriet, it pays to be nice and thoughtful and considerate and kind to other people. That's why I was invited to the birthday party, and you weren't.
Supervisor Valenti's office.
Harriet, call the papers and give them this statement. There will not be a garbage strike. I have spoken to the garbage workers, and there's no doubt in my mind as to their actions. I urge our citizens not to panic, not to worry, and not to throw their garbage in the bay. There will not, repeat, not be a strike.
That was the mayor's office. The garbage strike is on.
Take out the nuts.
Oh, good evening, dear.
Oh, there.
Did you have a nice walk?
Disgusting. There's garbage piled up everywhere. 2 weeks and this strike isn't settled yet. It's outrageous. It's irresponsible.
It stinks.
And how? It's simply revolting. Every street in this city is filled with garbage.
Oh, how sad. And there are probably pigs in Iowa going to bed hungry.
What are all these packages, dear?
Oh, you see, I read in the paper about during the garbage strike in New York how one man found a wonderful way of getting rid of his garbage. He gift-wrapped it and left it in his car, and eventually it was always stolen. I thought I would try it, and I put a couple of packages packages in the back seat of your car, and when they're stolen, I'll put in some more.
You'll put garbage in the back seat of my Mercedes?
Well, I couldn't put it in the back seat of my Cordova. What would Ricardo Montalban say?
I tell you, Audrey, I don't know why we still live in the city anyway. The pollution and the crowds and the noise and these endless strikes. Sometimes I think we should just pack up and move to the country and buy a farm. Raise cattle and vegetables, wheat.
Oh, come now, Jonathan. What do you know about being a farmer?
You don't have to know anything these days, dear. The government gives you subsidies for not growing corn or wheat or barley. They pay you for what you don't do.
Oh, what a shame they don't do that for sex. We'd be millionaires.
Hi, Jonathan. Hi. How do you like it?
Oh, is that a new dress?
Yes, I bought it for dance party tomorrow night. I searched all day for a dress that would flatter my figure.
Oh, you shouldn't have given up so easily.
Phyllis, you look lovely.
Hey, everybody, I just heard on the news the garbage men have agreed to mediation.
Oh, that's good to hear.
The mayor is going to select one of the supervisors as mediator.
Oh, maybe they'll pick you up, Mr. Valente.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? Oh, I'd be right in the middle of all the excitement.
Phil, do you know anything about negotiating?
Of course, dear. I was married for 20 years. What is marriage but one prolonged negotiation? Proposals, counter-proposals, conciliations, an occasional strike, more confrontations. Then eventually one side wins its demands and the other side has a baby.
What are those, Audrey?
Oh, this is our garbage.
This is a classy neighborhood.
Jonathan, would you be a dear and go and see if the thieves have come yet?
All right, dear, it'll make you feel better. Good Lord, they stole the garbage.
It worked. Oh, Jonathan, that's wonderful.
Not entirely, dear. They also stole my Mercedes.
So if you could have the cake at Antonio's at 8 sharp. Thank you.
Morning, Harriet. Morning, Phyllis.
Good morning, Leonard.
Well, today's the day the mayor announces his choice of a mediator. This is a great moment in my career. Ladies, I'm going to settle this strike once and for all. From this day on, whenever people think of the name of Leonard Marsh, they'll think of garbage.
Mister, will you come in here, please? We got a lot of work to do. I just spoke to the mayor. He wants me to mediate that garbage strike.
You all right, Leonard?
Harriet, this is politics. As Harry Truman once said, if you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen. God, it's hot in here.
Oh, Dad, I am so proud of you.
Yeah, well, we got to get organized. Here, call these people and set up the mediation. All right? I want to have it as soon as possible, but this guy's out of town till late tonight, so make it tomorrow morning, 7:30.
All right. Oh, Dan. Oh. Hello, Frank.
Hey, Dan, are you going to make a statement about your appointment?
Yeah, Frank, give me a moment, will you? I'll be right with you.
Right.
Oh, Dan, while I'm thinking of it, here's the list of guests who will be at your party tonight.
Oh, thanks. I almost forgot.
There'll be 18 in all, and after you check it over, I'll call the restaurant and make any
Wait a minute.
necessary-
I count 17.
No, 18. That's 2, 3, 5, 7, 10, 12, 14, 16. And you?
Right, 17.
Yes. Well, Dan. Aren't you forgetting somebody?
Oh, of course. How could I forget? My date, Susie. Right, it's 18. I guess I forgot to invite a date. You know, when I was married, my wife wouldn't let me.
Dan, don't you want me to come to your party?
No, that's all right. I don't need you there, Lisbon. Thanks anyway, but I can handle the rest myself. But do me a favor, keep Frank happy. I'll be out in a minute.
Hey, you must be very proud of your boss. I mean, the mayor's choice. The man who's going to mediate the strike. You must think he's a great guy.
You know all that garbage lined up in the street?
Yeah?
Eat it.
Come on, Phil. You know you won't stay angry with Dan for long.
Well, too, I hate him.
You do not.
You too, I'll never forgive him.
You will, Phyllis, because you know it's not really Dan's fault. There's just been a misunderstanding. You looked on him as a friend, and he just looked on you as an employee. So even though you may be hurt, you won't try to blame Dan. You're just too wise, too understanding, too fair-minded, and too big a person for that.
You always did see right through me, Bess. And you're right. I was completely wrong to blame Dan for my own faulty assumptions.
Hello? Just a minute, please. Phyllis, it's Dan.
Yes, Dan. What? Oh, he got back early. Tonight? Well, won't you miss your party? Oh, that's too bad. All right, I'll be there in 20 minutes. All right. Honey, we're going to mediate the strike tonight. We're going to be there all night. Dan's going to miss his own birthday party.
It's good to hear her laughing again.
Jimmy, I'd like you to meet Mr. Peterson, Mr. Hum of the City Controller's Department, Mr. LaCosta, Mr. Carter of the Garbage Workers Union. How do you do? And this is my assistant, Lindstrom. Okay. Now, I think that... All right, the way I see the situation is this. Now, the city says they can't pay the garbage workers anymore, and they do have to take a cut in salary or face layoffs. Now, the garbage workers say, oh, come on, Tony.
Mr. Valenti, let me remind you that we're involved here in an illegal strike which is threatening our city with disruption, disorder, and disease. Now, if God forbid there should be a plague, then the blame for that is going to...
Come on, Davy. We had a firm contract, now they want to back out of it. Well, if there's anyone to blame for the strike and the plague, it's
Mr.
not
Valenti,
us.
they don't seem to understand. The city has no more money. We've got to cut back.
All right, then cut back on your expense accounts, your junkets, and your assistants. And what does Hum do anyway? Hum?
What junket?
I've never been
on a junket in my life.
Hey! Come on, let's take it easy. Let's not lose our heads. No sense everybody yelling at once. Come on, let's sit down and try to work this out. All right. Now, I'm sure there's something that we could all agree on.
What?
Coffee.
I know.
Listen, you see how they like it?
No.
What?
I'm sorry, but I don't do coffee.
Fellas, you want to excuse me for a minute? Lindstrom? Lindstrom, the men want coffee, so why don't you just get some...
I'm sorry, I don't do coffee.
What's the matter? You always get me coffee.
That was as a friend.
Well, do it as a friend now.
I'm not your friend now.
Look, I'll pay you to get the coffee.
I'm sorry, I don't do that kind of work.
Lindstrom, you're embarrassing me in front of all...
Who cares?
Hey, listen, I'm your boss.
And I'm your employee, but I'm not your slave.
But, you know,
Mr.
listen, I know what you're trying to pull over here. You know, all I do is ask you to get some coffee. You just say, no, it's not the problem of my job. I don't do that sort of thing.
lose our heads.
Danny, I mean, what's the point of all this yelling?
Yeah, come on now. We can work it out, right?
Now, look, we've got work to do here. Forget the coffee. We'll do without coffee.
All right, no coffee.
Now, I figured.
The matter at hand is not coffee. It is human dignity. Too long have you abused your power by demanding services which have nothing to do with the reason I was hired.
That's a lot of garbage. Nothing personal. Listen, I never demanded anything.
Oh, yeah? Lindstrom, pick up my shirts. Lindstrom, make me some coffee. Lindstrom, buy my mother a birthday present. Once I loaned him my car, he didn't even say thank you.
She's right. You know, you can't make her.
Wait, I didn't make her. I asked her. She said yes. She could have said no.
He's got a point there.
Hum, if a boss asks an employee a favor, it's an order. Now, if he says, get me coffee, it's...
The question is getting coffee part of the duties
question
of the
is he
assistant?
exploiting her? Everyone knows the difference.
It's not just the coffee. It's writing out his checks. It's his laundry.
Lindstrom, we've got a strike to settle.
Danny, will you let the lady have her say? Now, what is it you want?
Just a little appreciation, a smile, a thank you.
Danny, you smile and she'll make the coffee, okay?
Maybe a compliment once in a while. A comment on my appearance, my grooming, my attire, my accessories.
That doesn't seem out of line, Supervisor.
Sure.
All right, then. Okay.
Perhaps if he could take me to lunch once in a while.
I'll take you to lunch.
How often?
Once a week.
Where?
Lindstrom?
Danny, we have a strike to settle, right?
Right.
I think where is important.
Shut up, you little twit.
Okay, let's go over this one more time because I think we've almost got it. Now, we'll take a 5% cut on fringe benefits. Now, you don't lay anybody off. Now, she'll pick up his shirts and he'll say thank you.
I'm not picking up his shirts.
Okay, I'll pick up his shirt. What time is it?
6 in the morning.
I wouldn't mind picking up his shirts if he'd show more appreciation.
I'll show more appreciation, and you take 2% off your cost of living, all right?
Perfect.
Good. That's settled? All right. Let's sign the agreement.
Okay.
I'm not signing anything.
Come on, lady. Now, look, I got a wife waiting for me. And if I don't get home soon, she's going to go back to her husband.
I'm not signing
Why?
because I'm mad.
What about?
I bought the most beautiful dress for his birthday party, and I'm not going to get a chance to wear it.
Why'd you buy a dress? You weren't even invited.
But I thought I was. I mean, after all the work I did, planning it and arranging it and inviting all the people.
She did all that, and you didn't invite her to your party, man?
That stinks.
I don't know you felt that way, Lindstrom. I'm really sorry.
Is that all you've got to say? You're sorry?
I think the least he should do is compensate her for the dress.
That's crazy. I didn't invite her. I'm not going to pay for any dress.
All right. Then we're not signing the agreement.
All right, if I pay for the dress, will you sign this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'll pay.
Then I'll sign.
You're not supposed to sign.
Let her sign! Let her sign!
All right, now, where's the agreement?
Hum, get off the agreement.
Are we there, Daddy?
Here.
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 Good, that's settled.
Who's going to clean up this mess?
Don't be looking at me. I mean, our contract doesn't start for another hour.
I'll clean up.
I'll help you.
Really?
Good night.
Hey. Lindstrom, you know, it's really nice of you to stay and clean up like this. I mean, it's not part of your job.
Well, it's nice of you to stay here and help me. Not part of your job either.
You're right. I'll see you. Come on, I'll buy you breakfast.
That's right. Jonathan, it's the police.
The police?
Yes, a white limousine with gift-wrapped garbage in the back seat. Oh, thank you so much. That's wonderful.
They found the car.
No, the garbage.
You're watching ALN. Here's what's coming next.